And greetings, fellow space nerds, humans of Earth, and beyond. I'm Cornelius, back again with more Starfield shipbuilding. Today, I've got build number 139, the GGP Planetary Assault Cruiser Heavy Rain. Designed as the ultimate defense against the Watchtower threat, Heavy Rain features 24 completely modular skydrop slots. Her current loadout is geared towards planetary assault, consisting of precision missiles, area effect missiles, Shiva bots, and combat bots. Her defensive turret arrays are capable of a withering torrent of tungsten carbide or proximity detonation rounds. This flak screen allows Heavy Rain to maintain geosynchronous orbit while delivering her primary payloads. Well, friends, here we are again with another massive ship. As much as I love making the bigger ships, it is very much a double-edged sword because of the huge amount of time it takes to actually put these videos together with the larger ships. But alas, it must be done from time to time. Let's check this bird out. The rather awesome Watchtower mod really threw a happy wrench in my shipbuilding plans. I do actually have two other Watchtower related builds in the hangar, which we will get to sooner or later. But this bird is any excuse I get to build a massive ship, I'm gonna take, obviously. But what a beast. At 140 meters, this isn't quite the longest ship I've ever built, but it's definitely top 3. Of course, you can build much larger, but your frame rate will die a sad and laggy death. So I think around the 150, 160 meter ship is about the max you're gonna get. Really love this engine arrangement, how everything is sort of tiered and phased into the center of the hull. We've got a double bridge situation up here, primary bridge and an observation deck. We've also got 28 barrels of test that hypothesis. The turrets in this game I kind of have a love-hate relationship with, but the Matilda turrets, in my opinion, operate better than the vanilla turrets. This bow design is heavily inspired by the ships of the Expanse. I do have an Expanse ship in the hangar as well, but she's a beast too, so I don't know when we'll get to that one. I really like the overall heavy armor plate look, using all of the Matilda parts. I really like the way that came out. Of course, my pretty standard turret bolsters here. That's kind of a signature Crystal Gears Astro Nearing Group type of thing. Yeah, overall profile, huge fan of. And we enter with our Beam Me Up Scotty Bad Tech Bay. Now, interior time. So we enter into a 1x3 Tiger Shipyard's engineering bay. It is pre-furnished, but I added some stuff and things here and there. And directly aft, we have our primary reactor. This is the Class C Matilija reactor. I added a whole bunch of screens and computer-looking parts, server-type parts. I think it came out pretty dang good, if I do say so myself. Yeah, moving forward, we enter our Matilija 4-level lift. And here's our med bay. This is from the Owltech Let's Work Habs mod. This is their 3x1 med bay. I really can't believe I slept on this mod for as long as I did, because these habs are fantastically done. There's several of them on this build. The quality, I think, is fantastic. The only gripe I have with this mod and these habs in particular is they're a little dark everywhere. So I did add a good amount of light panels to brighten things up. But overall, Owltech Let's Work Habs, fantastic. And across from our medbay, we have our primary armory. This is also from Owltech. And we got a nice interior window down into our shield room. This is their 3x1 armory, which, interestingly enough, comes with weapons and packs. Some of them were even purples, which is pretty cool. These Owltech habs are, of course, all pre-furnished, so there isn't a whole lot of room for me to add some stuff and things, but I did find a couple small things I could add here and there just to kind of make them mine. Now make our way forward of the lift, go down a pretty decent hallway to our 2x1 lab. This is the clandestine lab from Owltech. And we are into another Owltech cab. This is a 2x1 windowed corridor. I believe that's what it's called. And now we have our 2x1 suit room from Owltech, of course. And I've got my favorite suit for the privateers. And this level ends with our brig. This is the 1x1 brig from Owltech. We'll now head down one floor to our primary living quarters. And I made this empty space in the rear of the lift our laundry area. And here's another interior view of our shield room. Some decorative shield action and a Matilda shield booster. And over here is our secondary reactor from Owltech. This is our primary power source for the ship weapons and the ship's targeting system. And moving forward, this is a Owltech 1x1 airlock. This is where the docker enters, also from the bottom of the ship. And either side of this hab is flanked by a captain's quarters from Falkland Systems. I thought of these as guest suites or officer suites. Continuing forward, we enter into our favorite 3x2 hab from Falkland Systems. This is the all-in-one, of course. It's got a private medbay, or secondary medbay. We've all seen this hab before. It is fantastic, of course. I did add a few decorations here in the galley, just to make it a little personal. And continuing forward, we enter into our crew lounge. This is an empty Matilda 1x1 that I decorated. Got a small beverage station. Just an area for the crew to relax. And this is flanked on either side by a 4-bed 1x1 hab from Falkland Systems. So this is going to be where our primary crew quarters are. Yeah, we can't ever have too many restrooms, and with this much internal volume, I decided to add a Stroud Premium restroom hab 1x1 up here at the front of the crew quarters level. Now we'll head up to the third floor. This is going to be where all of our control station and command hab is. Left of the lift we have logistics. This is the graphs habs control station 1 by 1. And opposite logistics, we have our first of several control rooms. This is the 1 by 3 Stroud Premium control center. It is pre-furnished, but I was able to add a good amount of customizations here and there. And directly in front of the lift, we have our command bay. This is Stroud Premium 2x2 command bay, or battle stations, I should add. It is pre-furnished, and I did add a decent amount of customizations myself. Continuing forward, we have the Stroud Premium 2x1 computer core that is flanked by 2 control stations, 1 by 1 from Falkland Systems. I know this is a good amount of, maybe even redundant amount of control stations, but I figure this ship is going to need a lot of map and logistical support if we are bombarding planets, so I kind of leaned into the control stations. And continuing up to the 4th floor, that is the bridge deck, as well as our captain's quarters, which are right here. Now outside of our captain's quarters, we've got some servers, as well as the captain's gear room, personal armor set, and some gowns. And now we'll enter into the Stroud Premium 2x1 captain's quarters, which, as you can tell, is freaking awesome. Alright, moving forward, we've got some more servers. Then we enter into the Stroud Premium 1x1 control center. And we'll head up these stairs, the only stairs in the ship. pretty happy how that came out. This is the Bad Tech Overseer Bridge, which I'm running as the observation deck. And here we have our primary bridge, the Stroud Premium Viking Bridge. Added a little bit here and there, but overall this is a fantastic redesign from Stroud Premium. Here we've got our cockpit shoddy for reasons. And that's the interior of the Planetary Assault Cruiser Heavy Rain. Let's build her. Alright, in my never-ending pursuit to make better videos, I've decided to add my current mod list and load order before each build. Now, every mod here that's checked is active, and the mods that have the little thumbs up are the ones required for this build. Hopefully this helps, and if you guys like it, I'll keep doing it. I got some good feedback from my previous build where I started doing this, laying every part out. So obviously here we've got all of our habs, and then at least one of every other structural part that you will need. Hopefully this helps, and of course, if you guys have any questions at all, drop something down in the comments. I'm around. here is my weapon selection for this cruiser. You, of course, can use whatever you like. Step 1, walkable spaces. This is going to be both of our bridges, our habs, and our reactor. The only place you gotta go outside of the outpost shipbuilder for our parts is going to be the Falkland Systems showroom over at New Atlantis. Other than that, everything else should be available in the outpost shipbuilder, especially if you're running the same mods that I am. Step 2, the bow. This bird is going to be assembled bow to stern. There is a good amount of mirroring here, so as you can see, I've kept the starboard side intact, and if you can build one side, you just mirror it over on the other one. But to help save time, that is the path I've elected to go down. Step 3, we are continuing aft with 4 of our turret setup, as well as more structural bits and more sky drops. Step 4. This is just continuing aft. More armor pieces. Our starboard and port turrets, the larger Matilda turrets. I left this one side intact, so we have a reference. Now to save your part counts for these large armor sheets, you could use the singular Matilda armor plate. It is a 2x3. Hindsight, maybe I should have used that. Would have made things a little bit easier. But definitely an option if you so choose. using pieces with so many attachment points can definitely be rather tedious. You see how long I've got to mess with this one just to get it how I want it. But essentially I want it to be even with the other side of the ship that's already set up. So a little bit of tweaking here and there, eventually we get what we want. Now, setting up this turret with this Avon Tech glowing ring right at the base of it does require a little bit of shenanery, as you are about to find out. So we attach our Avon ring there, and then attach everything to the ship. In order to sink the turret into that Avon ring, we have to take the turret off, put the equipment plate one connection point inward, and now the turret sandwiches rather nicely with that glowing Avon Tech ring. I really like how that merge came out. Step 5. This is more starboard and port structural bits. We've also got our grav drive installation over there, as well as the first of several decorative engine setups. I left the starboard side intact for reference. since they are mirrored. This merge right here is another one that I'm rather happy with. This Crimson Fleet rearmed kind of 2-to-1 spacer allows me to get these Relodyne decorative engines centered along that line, since they have 2 attachment points on the top and the bottom. So that's you know, sometimes I just do stuff, I kind of just figure stuff out that I don't know, I'm kind of proud of. But that merge, rather cool. And here's our first use of one of the Gillibrand attachment point spacers. We're going to be using several of them in this build, but this basically allows us to get everything merged in the proper spot, since of course vanilla we only have the one attachment point. Step 6. This is a shorter one. This is mostly more armor bits. Almost the last of our skydrops and some structural parts as we move aft. Alright, step. Is it over yet? Nah, we're getting there. This is step 7. This is going to be our primary fuel cells and the rest of our decorative engine setup. I did, again, leave this starboard side intact as a reference, since they are mirrored. Step 8, our primary engines. I'm using 4 of the engines from the Tiger shipyards. We've also got some of their Tiger shipyards cargo. I do think I totally intended to put a 1x1 hab here. So feel free to do so if you want, because that is just an empty 1x1 slot for now. Now, in order to get these Trinity parts to sit right, I'm using more of the Gillibrand attachment point spacers. Having a little difficulty here, as you can tell, but eventually I get it right. I did this so there's just a little bit of overhang, kind of guarding or shielding the drive plumes. Step 9. This is going to be the last of our turrets, some structural parts, as well as our radar or antenna bits above the observation bridge. This final turret installation goes a little easier because it's attaching to those Matilda armor trim plates, but I really like how that looks, and I will most likely be using something like that on future builds. And just like that, you have completed the GGP Planetary Assault Cruiser Heavy Rain. Hope this guide was easier to follow, and I hope you like the changes I've made. Let's take her for a quick combat tour. If you made it this far, hell yeah, you're awesome. Thank you so very much. This is yet another long video, but the bigger the ship, the longer the video, will be. I do absolutely love putting these behemoths together. I do have 3 other rather large ships in my hangar right now, and they've been there for a while, actually. The reason I haven't shared them is because making these guides for the larger builds takes almost twice as much time as the medium and or smaller builds, and unfortunately I work so time is a luxury, but here we are. Definitely let me know if the changes to the build guide I made are beneficial. Any kind of suggestions, criticism, just type it down in the comments and help me get better. I am, of course, self-taught with all this stuff, and I'm trying to think of new ways to make this more efficient for you and me as we go. And of course, having a pretty great time building these ships. I very much appreciate all of the comments and interactions with my last bird, the Griffin. Definitely turned into more than I was expecting, and I hope all of this continues. I have so many ships still to share, and a whole bunch of ideas that I'm just trying to find time to figure out. I had a pretty great time putting this one together. I hope all of you enjoy it. I'm Cornelius. You can find me in the Star Yard.